Well, good evening YouTube. It's a little while since I've done a video actually. The last one was, I'm in the process of uploading now actually. The last ones were the ones where I shot, blimey, that was nearly a month ago when I went down to the Lizard on the Guzzy, camping down there. So yeah, sorry about that. Just, you know, work and everything else all seems to have got in the way, and there doesn't seem to have been an opportunity to get out and shoot any more video, let alone sit in front of the computer and edit some up. So anyway, yeah, I'll try to do a bit better with that in future. So what's happening tonight? Well, I'm just riding out of the little village where I live, which is in South Wiltshire, sort of North Dorset area, and we're heading down to Langport because which is about an hour's ride away. They have a bike night down there on a Wednesday, and the weather's perked up for a change, so we're actually having a summer's day, and it's a lovely evening. The sun's been out all day, it's nice and warm, so I figured we'll pop down and pick up the good lady and take her out to Langport Bike Night, which is in the local area has got quite a name for itself actually. It's usually really well attended, so we're going equipped with a camera, and we'll see what we can see when we get down there. Most of the ride unfortunately is going to be dual carriageway, but it gets us there quickly. So once we get onto the dual carriageway, I'll probably shut the camera off because that's not particularly exciting. But yeah, make the most of this weather, get the bike out, and have a bit of a blast on the way down, and enjoy some of the scenery hopefully on the way past, which I'm sure most of it you've probably seen before on the videos that I've shot around the area. Whoops, watch the speed a little bit there. Nothing like self-incrimination, is there? So I hope the camera's not too dazzled by the sun. Unfortunately we're riding west, so we're going to be riding into the sun all the way there, but hopefully it's not too bad. And I've changed the setting on the camera. I've gone from just normal wide angle to super view, so we'll see what that comes out like. So we should get a bit more sort of, all of this stuff in the shot maybe. But yeah, we'll see how it goes tonight. Might be a bit chilly on the way back, but other than that, yeah, it's looking all good. The weather's looking good for the weekend and the next few days as well. Oh, they started cutting for the hay. It won't be long before the roads will be full of combines and tractors hauling grain, and I'm not quite sure what sort of a year the farmers have had. It's been very, very wet so far. Maybe that's good for the, obviously, there needs to be a balance, but hey. So I'll just keep the camera rolling while we do the first bit of the 303, where it's which we're just about to pick up in a minute, just past this fuel station, because there are some, when you look north, as we go across one of the hills here, you can see all the way across the Blackmore Vale, across Gillingham up towards Shaftesbury and that, and it's quite a view. So the old Guzzy is really grown on me. I've done, since I've bought it, which was March, I think, somewhere around there, not that long ago anyway. I've gone from sort of 6,500 I think when I got it, and we're now on 11,250 just over. And I've got to say, the bike has just been, it's a fantastic machine to ride. Oh, so there we go, there's the view looking north off of the A303, so that's over towards Shaftesbury. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it's going to look teeny weeny, isn't it? But yeah, it's, you're up pretty high, local high point you can see for miles. But yeah, I can't, you know, I can't praise the bike enough. Actually, it's really comfortable and so utterly predictable. The handling is just so neutral. Even it doesn't seem to make any difference whether it's loaded up with all the camping gear, go down to Cornwall, riding with a pillion, riding solo. It's just a really nice place to be. Yeah, can't praise it enough. The brakes are excellent, the handling's brilliant. I know some of that could be down to the tyres, which are Michelin Anarchies. You know, they've done about 4,000 miles or so now. So the back one is just starting to square off. So, you know, my commute is mostly dual carriageway, so it tends to wear most in the middle, but there we go. But yeah, the bike has been absolutely spot on. Long may it continue. Good job, Guzzy. So I'll be coming up to the dual carriageway again in a minute, so I'll shut the camera off there, set the cruise control, and we'll just bomb the rest of the way down. So, yeah, everything's all grown up, so you can't get to see the view. Okay, we'll call it there, and we'll catch up again a bit later on. So we're off the 303, as you can see, back onto, I think it's the A372, but I'm not sure, I'll have to double check that, which is the road that takes you out towards Langport from the 303, off the Poddymore roundabout. And getting quite close to Langport now. We're only about 5 minutes away, just going through some of the little villages. Yeah, really lovely part of the world. I hope the sun's not kind of blinding the camera too much. But we're right down on the Somerset levels now. Some of the names of the villages down here are just brilliant. You know, there's Catscore and Hewish Episcopi. I mean, who came up with those names? And there's a really good pub actually just up here, which I'll point out as we go past. They have loads of really good functions on there. Quite often have classic car shows, and I think it's where Langport Bike Night used to be. But it's not there anymore. They've moved it to a little village outside Langport, whose name escapes me, so I'll have to put it in the text. Oh, it's coming up to a 30 limit. Yeah, so the pub up here is called the Rose and Crown, but only people who aren't local call it the Rose and Crown. It's known by the previous owner's name, who was Eli, so it's just known as Eli's, and it's just up here on the corner, right there in fact. So there it is, the Rose and Crown, known as Eli's. They have loads of different events out there in the field at the back. They've had classic car shows, as I said. The bike show used to be there. We went and saw a guy, like a travelling Wilbury kind of guy, who in an old Volkswagen camper just turns up, lays out his keyboard, and sat there playing to the crowd. You know, really good evening. Just sat in the sun, soaking up the atmosphere and listening to the music. So if you're passing, really good. There's no food, but really good atmosphere. Well, I say no food, the pub doesn't do food, but they quite often have food trucks outside, or you know, a pizza wagon or a barbecue or whatever, but there's no sort of like pub grub type menu. Right, so we're into Langport proper now. So if you ever come to Langport, you need to come up to the top of the hill, and it is just known as the hill. Come to this church here, and then walk round to the churchyard round the back, because the view is just incredible right out across the Somerset levels. You can see for miles. Fortunately you can't see it from the road, so I can't show you. You'll have to take my word for it, but it's quite a lovely spot. And this is the hill, known as the hill. And this is the main drag through Langport. So I just picked the good lady up, as you can see, from the pillion on the back. And we're heading back into Langport. We've got to go through Langport and out the other side, and then we're heading to a little place called Aller, which I think is A-L-L-E-R, and from there I'm hoping it's signposted. But hey, what the hell, it's a lovely evening. If we don't find it, we'll just find a pub. I guess, and all these guys are all coming back from the bike night. Weirdly, I haven't seen anyone going this way. Well, it does start at 6 and it's 20 past 7, so I guess that could be the early crew going home for tea or something. It is a lovely evening. The weather is, the temperature's just right. Jeans and a t-shirt with your jacket over the top, and yeah, lovely. Shame we don't get a bit more weather like this, where it's kind of like it's either peeing with rain or blisteringly hot, but today's been just right. Aller, yes, A-L-L-E-R. Wow, look at that. So anyway, if you live in the area, look up Langport Bike Night on the Facebook. They've got a pretty active Facebook page. And some of the bikes that turn up there, just from looking at the pictures I've seen on Facebook, there's some pretty good customs that turn up there. Proper hand-built stuff. A lot of classic bikes, obviously a lot of the newer stuff as well. Yeah, see what we can see when we get there tonight. Hopefully collect a few pictures, and I'll get them uploaded on the channel. still not seen any other bikes going this way though. Turn here? Okay. Right, I might abandon bike here then.